Today we'll see reading and writing operations onto random access files as well as unformatted files. We had two types of files. One was the sequential files and the other was random access files. In sequential files, you could access the data from the top in a sequence manner till end of file. You could not access the data at a particular location. It was like a linked list. Random access file is like an array where any intermediate record in the middle you could access the data. The different operations or functions that we are having is fseek, ftell and rewind. We will see the operations in detail. The first function is the ftell function. It returns the current position of the file pointer in the file. This current position can be saved for later purpose in the program. The given syntax is ftell fptr. Fptr is the file descriptor. Like when you're writing fptr equal to f open file name in a particular mode, it returns a position, that is the first position, to fptr. If you want to get that position, particular location, you write it as n equal to ftell of fptr. So ftell will be returning the current position of that particular file. Now n would be giving the relative offset. Suppose fptr is somewhere at 10 bytes. So the value returned would be 10. That is 10 bytes from the first location. First location is always 0. So n would be the number of bytes that have been already read or written. The next function is a rewind function. This helps you to move to the first position in the file. So if you want to move to the first position, you don't need to always close and open the file. Just use the function rewind. The syntax is rewind fptr. Fptr, suppose it is the file pointer to a particular file. If you write rewind fptr, your current location of your pointer would be pointing to the first position of the file. Example, you can say rewind fptr. Now if you give n equal to ftell fptr, what will be the value of n? It will be 0, because the file position is always 0 at the beginning of the file pointer. Next operation is a fseek operation. This function is used to move to a particular location in the file position. Okay, and the syntax is fseek file pointer displacement and pointer position. File pointer is a file pointer that you have seen, the pointer that points to that particular file. Displacement, it can be positive or negative. That is, specifies the number of bytes that is to be moved from that particular pointer position. So if you want to move forward, you will be putting it as positive. If you want to move backward, you will be putting as negative. And always an L is attached to the displacement because it is of type long integer. Pointer position, is the pointer position of the file from which you want to move forward or backward. Pointer position can have three values: 0, 1 and 2. 0 represents the beginning of the file. 1 means the current position where your fptr is pointing. 2 means the end of file. I will give you examples. See the first example, fseek fp 10l 0. fp is a file pointer. Fseek function is to move that particular pointer to a particular location, and the parameters are fp 10l and 0. 0 represents the beginning of the file. So you are asking to move the file pointer from the beginning of the file to 10 bytes forward. The second one, fp5l1. 1 means the current position wherever you are. From there you have to move forward 5 bytes. The third example, fp minus 5l1. 1 means the current location. Move backward 5 bytes. Hope the examples made the function clear. In general, we can write it as. Now, some more examples. fseek fp0l0. That is, it is same as the rewind operation. You are asking it to move, fseek is to move the file pointer from 0th location, that is the beginning of the file. How much you have to move? 0 bytes. So it represents actually the rewind function. Now from the current location, move 0 bytes, the second example. Third example, from the end of the file, 0 bytes, means it is go to end of file. fpm0, from the beginning of the file, move n bytes. Next example, from the current location, move m bytes. From the current location, move m bytes towards the back. Last example, from end of file, move m bytes. You will not anyway give positive m for 2. You will not write fseek fp m comma 2. Why? 2 means end of file. From end of file, you cannot move forward. So you have to give as negative value, move backwards. We are actually having two main broad classification of data files. One is the stream oriented or the standard access data files, and the other is the system oriented low level data files. Our applications usually use, or the generally users use, the stream oriented data files, which are easier to work with and they are commonly used. The other one is the system oriented data files, which are more closely related to the computer's memory system, and these are complicated to work with, and it must be used with certain kinds of applications. So till now we have seen only the stream oriented data files. Stream oriented data files are divided into the text files and the unformatted data files. So we look into the stream oriented data files. The text files you have seen already in the last videos, and we have seen how to write into the text files and binary files. Both of them comes under the formatted files. Next we have to see is the unformatted data files. In text files you had the consecutive characters, and they could be interpreted as individual data items like numbers, characters, etc. Now unformatted data files, they are used to store data files that contains blocks of data like structures, array within arrays, big data of the same type or size, and we will store these into the data files, and we can read back these data files as blocks. So these are required for applications which read and write entire blocks of data to and from the data files. The library functions that are used to read and write to and from the unformatted files are fread and fwrite, and these are called as the unformatted functions, and the files are known as unformatted data files. Now the fwrite function, it is used to write records into the files. A record may be any complex structure like an array or a structure, and the syntax is fwrite, and it is having 4 arguments. ptr, that refers to the array or structure stored in the memory. Int size specifies the size of the number of single record, total number of bytes to be written, and int n represents the number of times a record will be written, and fp is the file pointer. Next is the fread function. This is used to read the number of bytes from a file. It is usually done in the binary mode, and the syntax is fread. It is having 4 arguments. ptr, ptr refers to the array, reference to an array or the structure where the data will be stored after reading from the file. Size is the total number of bytes to be read from the file. N is the number of times that you want the record to be read, and fp is the file pointer. We'll see a program to illustrate the operations of fread and fwrite. So you're having a structure student with details, roll number, name, and marks. In the main program, you're having file descriptor fp, and then you are declaring a structure student stu. Okay, now you're opening a student dot dat file. Unformatted files are opened as .dat files in the write mode. From the console, that is from the keyboard console input, okay, you are reading the roll number, you're reading the name and reading the marks. stu.roll, stu.name, stu.marks, that is to the student, like the usual structure programs that you have seen. Now you're writing that particular structure onto the file using fwrite. So fwrite had 4 parameters. The first one was the reference to that particular structure that you want to write, that is stu. So that is the reference is written as ampersand stu. Next was the size or the number of bytes, that is size of stu. Next parameter was the number of times that you want to write. We need to write only once, so we are writing the parameter as 1. And next is the file pointer descriptor to which file you have to write, that is pointed by fp. So fwrite, you are passing what all? The reference to the structure that you are writing, size of the structure that you want to write, 1 as you are writing it only once, and fp is a file pointer. Now you can close the file pointer, fclose fp. Now read it back from the file and print it onto the terminal. So again you're opening the same file student.dat in the read mode. Printf roll number, name and marks, that will be printed onto your terminal. Now you're having fread, you're reading it from the file. You're reading into which one? Reference stu, ampersand stu. Second parameter was the size of the structure. Third parameter was the number of times that you want to read, that is once. And fourth parameter or the argument is the file pointer, here it is fp. So from the file that is being pointed by fp, you read how many bytes size of student, how many times? 1 time, and it will be stored into stu. Now you can write printf stu.roll, stu.name and stu.marks. We are over with the reading, so you are closing the program. Closing the file. Now we'll see how you can write more than one record into a file. So here also you are having the same structure student with details, roll number, name and marks. Main program, you have declared a file pointer, file star fp. You have a structure student stu, it is an array of structures. Then you are opening the file student.dat in the write mode. Enter the limit, you are reading the number of students that you want to write. Using a for loop for n students, you are reading the roll number, name and the marks for n students. So stu I dot roll number, stu I dot name and stu I dot marks. After the loop is over, inside the loop, you are writing each student's data into the file. So f writes 4 parameters, reference of stu.i, comma, size of stu_i, number of times that you want to write 1, and the file pointer is fp. Once you write one record, the fp will be incremented. The pointer fp will be incremented by that much size of bytes. So the next one when you are entering stu of 1, it will be incremented again by fp. Then stu of 2, stu of 3, similarly till stu of n. So after coming out of the loop, printf data has been written successfully and you are closing the file pointer. Next is you are reading from the same file and printing onto the terminal. So student.dat you are opening in the read mode. Then to print as a tabular format, you have written printf roll number, tab, name, tab, marks, /n. While you reach the end of file, what you are doing? You are reading each and every record and printing it onto the screen. So fread is having 4 parameters, ampersand stu of I, that is to which that you are reading, and the size the number of times and the file pointer. Whenever it is greater than 0, or you can write as not equal to end of file, it will be printed. So the loop is repeated till you reach end of file. In the program I have written both the formats. You can write any one, that is whether it is greater than 0 or not equal to end of file. Once you're over with the while loop, means you have finished reading whatever is in the file and you have printed it onto the terminal, and then you're closing the file, F close of FP, and close the program.